I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. You know what we try to do here is explain the news for dumb people, like me. I'm not assuming you're dumb, but you are here, aren't you? Now, I don't want to talk about the current nightmare our giant fat cheese casserole comb-over has created, but I have to. So this week, Childish Orangino pulled American troops out of Syria and abandoned our allies, the Kurds.
Turkey, Syria, let them take care of it. Let them take care of it. We want to bring our troops back home.
Which some would say is good, because why should Americans be dying on foreign soil in Iraq and Afghanistan? We have lost too many good men and too much treasure to justify it, right? Always. I agree with that. But the problem is the problem. See, the Kurds are a big part of the reason we beat ISIS. They beat the crap out of the caliphate, and even though burnt umber Stalin claimed he did it, he didn't. Now, America has a long history with the Kurds, but the Kurds are the world's adopted foster kid, redheaded stepchild brought into a new marriage, and nobody wants that. Lock them in the closet and don't feed them. We've actually screwed the Kurds over hard at least 8 times. In 1920, after World War I, we tried to put in a treaty so the Kurds could have their own country, but Turkey said no. So England and France carved out Iraq and Syria for themselves and left the Kurds holding the shawarma. Yes, Kurds, we will get back to you later on your own country. Please run along now. Then we armed the Kurds against Iraq after World War II. Up until the Iraq had a military coup in 1963, then we armed Iraq against the Kurds. And we armed them with the only brand of skin lotion Satan uses, napalm.
This is a very new fragrance for men. Napalm. This stuff is explosive.
I love your smell.
Then in the 70s, when the Iraqi government had another coup, we again armed the Kurds against the Iraqi forces, but just enough to distract them, not beat them. And we didn't tell the Kurds that, shh, Kurds will do anything, obviously. In the 80s, during the Kurdish genocide by Iraq, where they used chemical weapons to kill civilians, we looked the other way. And in 1991, H.W. Bush told the Kurds to fight against Saddam in the Gulf War, and they did. But we didn't help them. Finally, though, because the Kurds were getting slaughtered and because it really looked bad in the media, we sent help to the Kurds in northern Iraq.
Just 2 hours ago, Allied air forces began an attack on military targets in Iraq and Kuwait.
But then the Kurds in Turkey got froggy, so we sent the Turkish government weapons to kill those Kurds after we'd already armed the other Kurds. Then in 2007, we did it again, allowing Turkey to bomb Kurds in northern Iraq back to the Stone Age. America, face it, we are the Kurds' abusive boyfriend. The Kurds, a group of people that were instrumental in getting rid of ISIS, had the rug pulled out from them one more time by our illustrious leader, Giant Orange Julius Caesar Salad, which means ISIS will come back full force just around the time of the election. And then we will arm the Kurds again. You know what? It makes me believe that evolution is just a theory. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. By the way, this week, Chico, Fresno, and then Livermore. Go to the show and subscribe to the channel. And now, coming up, PZE and the lovely Bombshell Ray. Everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. That was our little update about what's going on in the world. I try to do stuff that will clear it up for me. Like, I had to do some research and figure out who the hell the Kurds were and why we're screwing with them, why they're screwing with us back, and what have they done. And it turns out we've really screwed the Kurds over. With me, as always, to the right, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And across from me, PZE.
What's up?
Production specialist. If you've been watching the Armageddon updates, thanks. A lot of it has to do with PZE digging deep and coming up with something magical that he always does. Because I just come in and go, here's what I want. I want a dude coming at camera, and he's got to look like a ghost. And next I come in, he's like got 3 different ghosts. Pretty awesome. This is Chaplain Ball right here. This is Chaplain. Chaplin's on the podcast today. Yeah, he's on today. He's going to be our consultant.
Champion.
All right. So
what is he going to consult on?
He's already doing it. I want to talk about what's going on here. I didn't realize. Now, you didn't see the Armageddon update because lovely Bombshell shows up. What time I got to be there? Action, go. I'm out. One take, moving on. That's you.
Disco move right there, people. That's why I have wet hair, too. I come in with wet hair. I'm like, go ahead.
And you never look anything but beautiful. So here's what happened. So I guess we've been screwing the Kurds over since 1920. You didn't get to see the Armageddon update, but the Armageddon update basically starts in 1920. There was a big war. We dealt with it after post-World War I. Germany cut off Syria, England and France cut off Syria and Iraq. And the Kurds were like, we want our own country. And they went, yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. Thank you, though, for the help. And then again in the 60s, when all the Middle East came apart, we armed them to fight Iraq. And then when Iraq became our friend, when the Shah was there, we armed Iraq to kill the Kurds. If you want to go down every microcosm of how crappy America can be and like change alliances, the Kurds are the perfect example. As I said in the Armageddon update, they are the bastard stepchildren, foster kids that were brought into the third marriage by accident. So I don't know what to do. I think we're losing.
I just wanted to see when it would run out. It was good.
I won't.
It doesn't actually. You wrapped up again. It started.
I don't even know. Here's the thing. So we all hear this stuff on the news. I don't know if this podcast is even worth it. You guys got to tell me, because when I write stuff like this, it's not worth. I'm just saying that I want to know why we're pulling out of a region with the guys who beat up ISIS for us, and now we're screwing them over and pulling their weapons. It seems like, you remember, like, you know what it is? It's like your good friend helped you, like he protected you against bullies, and then you were like, yeah, dude, fuck you, bro. And then you took his car. That's what it feels like when you stole his car.
He said today to justify it that they fought with us, but they were paid massive amounts of money. So it's fine if you screw someone over as long as you paid them in the past.
It's very mob. It's very mob based.
Yeah. Very your ex-wife, actually.
Look, Kurds, they got plenty of money. Paid them off. It's good. You know, it's how it works in the business.
They're on their own now.
I think like more.
They're on their own now.
The craziest thing about this, a couple things, mostly happening on Twitter today. One, he said his unmatched wit. No, his unmatched.
Yeah.
Hold on, it was really good.
Oh, this is a Trump Twitter.
Great and unmatched wisdom.
Which is the only people who ever says that. Great and unmatched are dictators, the Wizard of Oz, and shitty magicians. Those are the three people that talk like that.
True.
And my unmatched wisdom, boom, flowers. Pick a card. My unmatched wisdom, ace.
I have yet
all deceivers
to meet a magic man, a magician that is not super weird. And you guys can prove me wrong. It's never happened. I used to run comedy clubs. They would come through the club. I used to have the great Kozak. Right. And I had Michael Finney, like a bunch of old school, like 80s magicians.
Right.
And without fail, they are really weird, non-socialized, creepy, and awkward eye contact kind of people.
You know what?
Shifty eyes.
You know why? Because they come like case. Yeah. Look into your soul. I'm looking into your soul, and I'm also looking directly at your boobs. I'm looking into the soul of your boobs.
It's deep. So
I'm a little bit sick. So you're right. Every magician. Here's why. I think every magician started out as an awkward dude who tried to meet girls by becoming a magician. All you know is you're still the same douchebag who is awkward. You just do it like, why is that your card? It's just weirder. You
think it goes
you've actually
back
made it weirder. Yes.
To that?
Yeah.
Because it didn't work. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. No.
The dude with the rings and the scarves and that kid was never popular, and it didn't work. And girls weren't like, I'm going to sleep with him because he's got a lot of scarves that are hooked together.
Right.
What?
Well, Chris Angel and Blaine, though, they brought a cool side to
Chris
it.
Angel,
a little bit,
but
right?
you know damn well.
No?
I'm sure there are.
But imagine hanging out with him. There's going to be a lot of that.
That'd be hard. Hanging out with Chris Angel would be hard.
Is he?
It's literally, dude, tone it down, bro. Tone it down. What do you do? He put a spike through his head again. Like, we're just talking to these girls, bro. What are you doing? What do you do? Cut off his foot? Cut off his foot in the bar.
That's what I mean. It's a level of intensity that we can't comprehend, and we hang out with him.
He removed the guy's ball sack next to us and showed the girls. Like, that was going to impress him.
Okay,
I
that-
cannot hang out with Chris Angel anymore.
I
This
think
is horrible.
That happened?
I would hang out with that
He's
guy.
like, ding, ding, ding,
In a
ding.
heartbeat, I would hang out. I would hang out with that guy.
Really, a guy who ripped off another guy's ball
He
sack
didn't rip
magically?
them off. He did it with magic.
Wait, is this a real story?
He did it with magic.
Because
I'm
you have
gonna
a bad
start doing
appendix.
that after every joke on stage.
We don't get to. Yeah, that's. I used to do a bit on stage where we do when I would drink water. I don't drink water on stage anymore, specifically for this reason.
Because you're a king.
No,
You're a prince. You're better than everyone.
no, I just hydrate
Don't wanna
before I
go
go on
pee.
stage. I always want to. You never see in the middle of a
No.
show of West Side Story, people just stop and drink water.
Is that what you're doing? West Side Story?
Da-da-da-da-da. So I just shut
It
up.
kind of is actually. If you
So I always wanted to. So what I used to do on stage is like it's the only job. Stand up is the only job where you can actually just in the middle of it, you take a drink and stop the show. Now in rock and roll, you can throw it to somebody. Like if you're the lead singer and you go, wow, guitar.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean some
Can't
comics.
do that. Can't do a symphony. Ow, oboe. You just can't.
Some comics do on their pauses. They'll tell a joke, get a punchline, and then the audience is laughing.
Punchline indicator. Yeah.
Can use
They'll
it as a
take
prop.
sip. They do sometimes.
Yeah.
Some comics do. Like Ron White is a master at taking a sip of something, using his eyebrows, and then getting another laugh. He's a master at that. It's not that he doesn't want to pee. He'll drink like 5. People don't know this, but everywhere we go, every club, he has to have room temp bottled water, and he will pound like 5 or 6 before he walks out on stage, and then he goes out and does an hour and a half.
You've never had to go pee in the middle, or you just hold it?
You know what's weird? I have so here's the thing. A little insight. Sometimes at the beginning of my show, guys, I have to pee really bad, but I'm working really hard. So my body starts to use the water up, and by the end of the show, I don't have to pee. Is that weird? And then sometimes at the end of the show, I have to pee so bad I can barely wrap
Sometimes
the
he
show.
comes running by.
Oh my god! Can you mark it like a comedy
It's too weird
funnel?
to be talking about this.
A comedy funnel.
These are my little,
That's not a bad idea.
just like doing a joke. Anyway, my dad was a hard drinker.
Okay, that pause was too long.
And there's a
better
leak
to
in the
drink
funnel.
water on stage, yeah.
I'm here's-
Okay, let me get back to where this is where we. I don't know how we got off on
I'm
magicians. Did I ever say what Donald Trump tweeted about himself?
Yeah,
this
you
morning?
did.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
That's
so
how we got to
Oh
magicians,
yeah,
by the
because
way.
they say that too.
Yeah,
Similarly,
his
yeah.
great and unmatched wisdom.
Yes.
So, but the second most important thing happening on Twitter today is that Lindsey Graham is anti-tweeting Donald Trump.
Yeah, he
now.
finally.
For the first time. Yesterday, he was tweeting, hateful things about the impeachment. And now today, because of this, Mitt Romney, Susan Collins, Lindsey Graham. And Lindsey Graham's like his boy from, when.
Lindsey Graham's clitoris finally dropped, I think.
Oh my god!
He just clutched his pearls.
So here's what people don't understand. Like the lizard brains are going to go, all right, well, good. We're pulling out of the Middle East. Got to stop the endless wars. What they don't realize is by pulling out and not helping the Kurds and giving them weapons and help, the Kurds are between Turkey and Iraq and Syria, and then Israel's over here. The Kurds and Israel are really, really our only allies in the region. So what ends up happening is in the Middle East, they'll sell everybody out for $1. And if someone has 2, they'll sell to that guy because it's a higher bid.
Yeah.
Where do the Kurds live?
The Kurd would be just below Turkey, and if you're looking at the map, it would be to the left.
What's it called?
To the left of Iraq. There is no. It doesn't have it. They have their own. They don't have. There's no Kurdistan. They wanted it for a long time, but they don't have one yet.
Well, they call it that.
They do, but it's vague at best.
Wait, what do they call the non-named region?
Kurdistan.
Kurdistan. That's what they call it.
But it's not on a map at Kurdistan.
Okay.
They're like, this is ours.
Okay.
And the Syrians like, nah, bro. And then Iraqi's like, we have that too.
It's a roughly defined region.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roughly.
Yeah.
So,
which in the Middle East always works out because people are so giving and
Israel, Palestine,
and they all work together.
Not a problem.
That's what I like about the Middle East. They all work together, and they're so buddies.
Today, do you know? No, tomorrow is another Jewish holiday. I'm so confused. Yeah, last week was, but now this week is Yom Kippur. I only know that because
I saw it.
My T-shirt guy called me.
I
and
love
said,
the Jews and their holidays because I live in Los Angeles, and traffic is so much better.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Jews.
Yeah.
God, in fact, I think there should be more Jewish holidays. There should be many, many more.
Yeah.
There should be Makva. You go to Makva. I don't know what that is. I'm just making up Jewish words.
Not making any comment and leaning away from
You want to go to
so that when the
That's a good
clip
one.
is pulled from the podcast.
Yeah. Years from now, when I finally get the guts to get my good job. What happened? Titus on Saturday Night Live for 3 seconds.
And
Yeah.
And then
There's
they
something
play-
about Jews.
By the way,
he said.
just so you know, we've done this for 9 years now. I'm done forever. There's no way we could clear it. If I am lucky enough to get another big job in show business, go back 4 episodes.
Yeah,
and
no,
I'm out.
go back one.
Yeah,
Just
go
look
back
at
a
this
half
week.
an episode.
Yeah, no, it's not happening at all.
So here's what's going to happen. So because the Kurds are gone now, or the Kurds don't have any help, although we have to say this, there was 1,000 American troops over there, but we had some equipment there. The Kurds are pretty fierce fighters. They've had to be.
Mhm.
They've been fighting we just started screwing them over in the 20s.
They're like gangster.
Yeah.
It's
Even
like-
Afghanis are like,
Yeah.
even Afghanistan's
There's
like,
so
we
many
don't want
thoughts
to deal
going
with the Kurds. No, it's okay.
They're known. They throw down.
Yeah, the Kurds, they didn't play in.
Are they? Do you think are they nice people in general, or are they just tough?
They're fierce.
They're
fierce.
like Crenshaw Boulevard.
Yeah, imagine this. Imagine if since forever, going back to
Yeah.
the 1900s,
Yeah.
the people around you were trying to commit genocide on you. I think you toughen up a little bit.
No one
A little
will
bit, yeah.
recognize what you call your nationality. No one will recognize
Yeah.
what you believe to be your country.
Right.
You're always
toughen up.
you
Yeah.
have come into the world fighting and you die fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all you know.
Wow.
They don't have a whole lot of. You guys want to go karting? That doesn't happen a whole lot.
They don't
In
go
Kurdistan.
kart. They don't go to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal.
They do
for
not,
their
which we did.
birthdays, Which we did.
And they don't. They didn't go buy a red camera just to screw around. I just want to shoot some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what do I do? Learn to fly a drone.
Yeah.
They
They
learn
don't
to
do
fly
that.
drones, but they have weapons on them, and it kills other people.
It kills
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, that's how, and that's the 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
So the Kurds, it's so funny in America. We are so protected, and we have such a easy way. And it always stuns me when suicide happens because oh man, my life is horrible. What happened? Oh man, I don't have the old. I only have the old iPhone. I have an iPhone 7, and I'm driving a Kia, and my life isn't working out. I didn't get the job promotion I wanted, and my girlfriend left me, so I'm out. People in Kurdistan are like, we had rockets exploded my grandmother's house and killed everybody. But hey, we're still moving forward. Okay.
The thing
I had a Fig Newton. It was good. Hey, little victories. Fig Newton.
This is a rough one.
You guys are so frightened. You guys are like, oh, geez. Here we go.
The thing is,
Are you saying that the Kurds wouldn't like Fig Newtons?
Yeah, they probably
I
would.
don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
like
yeah.
Fig
We were just talking
I
about how
like 'em.
tough they
Yeah,
are.
I do,
We were just talking
yeah.
how tough they are.
Yeah.
We're whining in America about such crappy little things, and these guys are getting attacked all the time
Yeah.
for like 100 years now.
it's the Gods Are Crazy, the Coke
Yeah.
bottle.
yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Did you ever
Yeah,
see
I've
that?
seen that. Yeah, the bottle
Um,
lands and
yeah.
like what the
Yeah.
out
The
of
whole movie was based on an empty glass Coke bottle landing in the middle of an African tribe.
That fell out of an airplane.
out of an
Yes,
airplane.
brilliant.
Yeah.
So they're saying that there's no strategic reason for this at all.
No.
And already fighting has begun again.
Yeah, instantly. The second the troops started rolling out,
Yes.
Turkey attacked.
Yes.
Which is crazy. What planet are we living on? It's 2019.
We're
We know
living
this shit
on
doesn't work.
planet. He's being impeached and he's trying to
Distract.
distract from that.
Yeah.
And except the thing that I don't get about it is the strategy, I think, is backfiring because for the first time ever, Lindsey Graham is jumping ship. Like a lot of these.
Marco Rubio, who's
Marco
got
Ru-
no
yeah.
balls.
Yeah,
and amazing.
All of them. No,
He's
Mitt Romney,
ballless.
all of them. But yeah, and so that's why I'm thinking maybe this will help with the impeachment proceedings if he just pisses off enough Republicans.
Well, here's what they don't understand. Here's what he doesn't understand. Hey, is that a dog behind
Yeah,
the
I
set?
think so.
Don't lean on the set. You could knock it over. What they don't understand, by the Kurds had this weird thing. We have used the Kurds to our advantage because they're right in the middle of the bad guys.
Mhm.
Right.
Whether it's Syria, Iraq, Palestine, they're in the middle. So we've used them against. We've actually armed them to help keep everything. Because if these countries combine and come together and they take that territory, it's over. And it's going to create a huge war in the Middle East, says a guy who barely graduated high school and doesn't really know.
Well,
But that's what I think.
I kept thinking, why?
What do you think it's smart?
And then I will beat you like a tiny girl at a Justin Bieber concert, which is exactly
Promise?
what you're like a lot.
Are you saying there's no fat girls at Justin Bieber concerts?
No, she hates the tiny girl.
just
I don't know. I've never been to a Bieber concert.
I would go.
I'm sure Bieber appeals to
Tiny girls.
all types, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I even talking
I'm
about?
sorry. You would
about
beat him
Trump.
like a Bieber.
Because you're talking about what you think Trump is distracting.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
It was after that.
You got to remember what he said last, and that would cue it, right?
You're fired. That's all I have to say. Move on.
I remember what I said. I'm an uneducated guy who barely graduated high school, and that's what I think.
Well, I'm sure I had something to say about that.
I'm sorry, I distracted.
Here. No.
Did you get a college degree?
Yeah, I got a college degree.
In what?
Visual communications, Seattle University.
I'm the dumbest guy here. I'm the most uneducated.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. It wasn't related to any of that. I was thinking why. And then on CNN, I was driving around not doing karaoke in the car, as far as anyone knows. And then I put on CNN and they said that this greatly benefits Russia.
Right.
And then I thought, oh, isn't that weird how everything that happens, if you look at all of it, every single thing, the Ukrainian thing, Russia annexed Crimea, which belonged to the Ukraine. So now Russia's trying to, it's like.
And they tried to blame Ukraine for the Russian hack. They're trying to say, no, those guys did it.
It's
and
so
now it
coincidental.
seems to me that this time they're actually pulling the Kurds out. So then Russia has an easy access to get that region and take
weird,
over.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a coincidence.
No puppet. You're the puppet.
Yeah.
Guys, go watch that clip again.
My problem
haunting.
with it. Oh, it's another thing we saw. And I'm got to be honest with you guys. I am getting tired of talking about this idiot. I really wish something else would come out in the news.
Okay, let's talk about the Joker.
Guys, I have not seen it. So
okay. So let's
you can talk
let us
about
tell
it,
you
but
what happens.
Here's what happens.
Here's
at
the ending. So, okay.
I'm pretty aware of the story, but I mean,
everyone knows I don't like movies.
You hate movies.
I hate movies.
Which is a weird thing to say, but you
send
don't.
me a message. I'm good. One of the best movies I've seen in the last
For sure.
decade.
Even
It
the
was-
kids. We took my kids, 15, 18, and they were stoked.
yeah.
So it covered.
Well,
all.
we've raised them horribly because at all the really dark stuff, we were all in the back row, and all four of us burst out laughing at the same time, and people in the theater were like, it was very awkward. They have the same sense of humor. They laugh at dark things that aren't funny, just like we do. I thought he was brilliant. I thought everybody should quit acting this year. If you want an Academy Award, postpone your movie till next year because he deserves it. And then there were like crappy reviews on the internet. I was so blown
Did
away
you see
by that.
the reviews were weird.
Yeah, I've seen both. I mean, I think a lot of people are worried about the
it's
mental
like-
illness perspective.
It's like this.
That's
It's
the
like,
thing. It's the PC part of it where people are like, this is going to make people shoot people and this is going to...
It's promoting, violence out of your, insecurity and
I will
mental
say that it
illness.
was an interesting allegory on where we at as a society. It
That's
also,
what I thought.
it really helped the Batman canon. It opened up something in the Batman canon that hadn't been opened up, and that explains a lot. I'm not going to give it to you,
Yeah.
but you're like, oh no, if that's the case, you totally get why. I totally got why Joker was obsessed. Forever.
I thought there was
And
a
it would
lot
flip-
of allegory in it. Like I thought that there was a point where it was almost sort of laid out for you that it sort of represented where we are now, where like evil and corruption, when it runs rampant, this is what it looks like. And there's this, you'll know the scene when you see it in the movie, but I just thought, like it's very similar to what we feel like is going on in the world right now.
See,
also mental illness and guns. I thought that it was
without
another
pointing at it, without going after it, they made a really good point about crazy people and weapons.
And that's the thing again, is that so we can't make movies anymore. Now we have to censor movies so that people can't put guns and mental illness and violence in movies because someone might kill someone. It's a symptom. It's not the problem.
So I just want to talk about that for because I'm not a big this cancel culture thing. I'm not a big fan of it. I believe it's fake. The problem is that usually society will weed itself out. Society is its own level. It would find its own level. It always does. In the movie, I thought it also shows that when corruption at the top is so bad, that's what it creates.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it was really cool at the end when I was like, it's weird. It makes you understand the Joker and why this came about. You start to go, oh, of course that would happen.
And he started as an aspiring stand-up comic.
Yeah.
It was so good, guys. You have to go see it.
Did they go very far into that? I was just curious as far as that being a part of his life, or is that more a setup?
No, it was.
No, it went on.
It went on
Gary
for a little
Goldman is in it. Gary Goldman.
It went
and
on
Sam
for
Morril
like
is in
the
it?
first.
Morril?
It was in and out of the first 70% of the movie. It's what he wanted to do, and yeah,
But he was not good at it.
you can't tell that. Nobody knows.
I mean, he was
that.
awesome at that. He was awesome.
He might have been amazing. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you
But-
guys, you can talk about it if you want. I don't want to ruin that.
So
People
anyway,
might want to hear
no,
more
I'm
about
gonna
it.
forget. But let's go back to cancel culture. So now
Yeah.
the reviews I read that didn't like the movie and really ripped it. It's
Yeah.
banal. It's this and that. It's going to let people, every crazy white guy is going to go into a theater. People are worried about people getting shot in a theater, which is weird because we've come to this place now where we're not. The problem is not the weapons that people can take into a theater to shoot it up. The problem is now the movie that is going to be playing in the theater that's going to make people who've got weapons they shouldn't have shoot up a theater. It just doesn't make any sense
There
to
was
me.
a shooting during that Amy Schumer movie a couple years ago in
Right,
Louisiana.
exactly.
So
Magnum Force. I went and saw Magnum Force as a kid. There was no
No.
shooting in the theater. Magnum Force, the Clint Eastwood movie, is one of the Dirty Harry movies. One of the harshest movies on the planet. It's the first 3 minutes. There's more violence than the Joker had in the entire movie.
Yeah.
And yet, some of those 70s movies were just horrible. And I don't remember people shooting up theaters.
I think The Dark Knight, when that came out, and that was the debut of our current Joker with Heath, right?
he was awesome.
And he was amazing, right? When that came out, there was a huge shooting. There's even a documentary and a movie and a lot of things about it. So when this Joker movie came out, people were afraid there was going to be like a copycat or another shooting because it was referenced or similar to
Because of Aurora.
because
Because of what's his face? James
Batman
Holmes and Aurora.
yeah, because of that.
It wasn't because of the movie. It was because James Holmes is an asshole.
because there's
That's what we
mental
have to start-
instability. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not going to lie. When we went to this movie, I checked for rear exits.
We always do.
And then told the kids where they were.
if we go
Yeah.
see
We always do.
if we go see a Pixar movie, we sit in the back row, back to the walls, and we make sure we know the exits are.
But I did have more trepidation about this movie. You said they had canceled the showing the night before.
Mhm.
And
in Huntington Beach, yeah, they did.
just you're right, like as a copycat kind of thing, just because people are dumb and they can't even think of their own crimes.
And maybe I'll get more flat followers if I go into a theater and shoot it up. Maybe I'll get more followers. People are just out of their fucking mind.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. So today I went to the Salvation Army and found out that we're closing.
Oh,
Today. We're closing
Not
today.
all the Salvation Armies, just the local Burbank one.
Yeah. So we're closing today.
Wow.
And so I sat there with because of funding. So I sat there with my captain waiting for some of our regulars to come in so that we could tell them face to face
Oh,
so that
wow.
they don't come back for food. And, it be closed. The gates are going to be locked
Right.
starting tomorrow. And one of our main guys that comes in that I really love, who he led a regular life, had a wife, two daughters, great job, and started hearing voices. And came here at that point. Nobody can handle him.
Family pulled the ripcord. As no one took care of him.
But you don't know you don't know that they didn't try.
Wow.
And we no longer have the laws where so used to family members could commit other people, which I do see the danger in that given some of my family members.
That's not like that anymore.
Just
right?
me.
You
I
Yeah.
just
you
wake up
represent
one day.
yourself.
What am I doing here? I committed you.
You can have them, you can put them in for
Titus.
observation, which is where I think he might have been today. But after 72 hours, they can check themselves out.
Mhm.
He's a sweet, gentle, loving guy who I worry about being out there. He
Mhm.
rides the train at night,
Who argues
For
with himself
safety?
in the bathroom loudly.
but not often when he's
Sure.
off his medication. What was I going to say? He's a good guy, and he carries toys around like Star Wars toys in his suitcase, and he's just
Aw.
gentle and never has been
No.
any way with me other than really kind and sweet. And anyway, so we shut it down because of funding, because
Wow.
the city pulled their funding, the county pulled their funding. And so now this guy is a great example of he left Sacramento. Now he's here. We don't have any facilities to check him into. We don't have any laws that will enable us to keep him in a place, and now he doesn't even have a place to get food. And so that's what I just think we kind of have to look at problems like that. Like it's not the movie. There are
Right. It's
other
not. I mean,
problems.
but that's we've all lost our minds, and And we're all important too. That's another thing. We're all so fucking important. How many followers do you have? How many? Huh? How many?
Yeah.
And you have to be very clear that we're not important. We're exactly the same. We just have these little things that tell us we have people follow, which creates a dopamine response in your brain. So you go, oh, I got another 100 followers.
Yeah.
And we're all addicted to
one of the
imaginary shit.
If
It's
you
crazy.
watch people Twitter battle like with you, or
I just have fun. It works on
there's
my
a bunch
writing.
of cancel. There's a bunch of cancel culture like battles going on
Right.
with different comedians
True.
right now. Jackie Cation, Patton Oswalt, you,
Oh yeah.
Jen Kirkman, everybody, and you see one of the like more common responses is something about how many followers someone has. Or something about how few likes you get on your tweets. You're a loser, man.
That's a new thing now.
You got all those followers and you can't even get more than 100 likes on tweets.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. Oh, and people flip through your feed too and
Yep.
pull out old tweets.
I always write back,
weird.
the people that follow me have jobs.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
yours don't.
Yeah,
You will see a spike in your likes after 5 p.m. It's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Everyone
Their
gets off
likes
work.
all day long. Yours, it's like, oh, people work.
Yeah, hardworking blue
Patton's
collar
followers,
Yeah.
they spike after 5 p.m.
Yeah, there's work. We have job shit to
At
do.
about 10:30 p.m. they stop.
Yeah, it slows down a little bit.
Yep.
Yours
Yeah.
though, buddy, continued all through the night.
Yep.
Yeah.
To 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then they continued consistently with the day. I'm okay, whatever. God bless. So I don't think the movie. I've never known a movie to incite violence, and yet the people that make weapons and that actually do the violence, they never take responsibility. Guns don't shoot. Well, yeah, they do. Guns don't kill people. Guns, yeah, but Jake Johansson had the best joke. Guns don't kill people. Yeah, but they make those bullets go really fast.
Yeah. Anyway, we can't have another gun argument, can we?
Well, so why I just got
Yes, we can.
No. I just got on to look up SSRIs. I just got on something because during the 70s, some of those violent movies ever came out. Godfather, the Dirty Harry series. There's a
Scarface.
Scarface was 80s, but
80s,
yes, but no one shot up a theater during Scarface.
By the way,
even
Dicks
even
burned.
American History X, no one shot up a theater.
No.
So we have all these extreme violent movies. What was the other one that was about violence? Clockwork Orange. And no one
You
shot.
could end
Clockwork
in
Orange
American
is
History
great.
X.
Yeah.
You could.
No
you
one
could
shot-
close. That was your closer.
But no one shot up a theater. And what's the difference? The difference is
Social media exposure
nope,
comparison.
SSRIs. Nope.
SSRI.
These drugs that people give you, these antidepressants they give you, they actually take your highs and your lows, which we're supposed to have as human beings. You need responses to run from animals, to jump out of the way of a car, to save your own ass. You need those responses. You need to be sad. You need to be...
Yes, and I agree with this. There are people on SSRIs
That
that
are
don't
fine.
shoot.
Right.
So what then?
There are some people that are
Is
fine.
there a
There is a percentage. Well, the problem is that mostly, if you look it up, can you look it up for me too? Mostly the percentage of people that were killed that have shot up stuff. It's like 98%.
Oh yeah, it was.
So
like
there
they're
you
all
go.
on medication. Like they're all on
Alright.
medication. And because what it does is it takes out your highs and lows and gives you this middle ground. It also takes out your empathy and your sympathy. So you're just like, I'm going to go shoot up the theater, and you don't. There's no. I'm doing something wrong. Going
You
on.
detach from your emotions, and
Yes,
that's why you're
it
maybe
just-
less depressed, but then you take on less
Exactly.
anger
So you're
or
no
less
longer.
compassion.
It doesn't change your emotion.
Yeah.
It shuts them down. So
Yeah.
I guess what I don't feel anything anymore.
Yeah.
So if you don't feel anything, you can shoot a whole bunch of people and be fine with it.
Yeah.
There's a website, SSRI stories.
That's what I'm on. SSRIstories.org.
Right.
And so you can go and see all of the shootings and what drugs they know that person was on.
Right.
The only one that they don't know or have, a doctor's note about is the Vegas guy. That one has confused everybody.
Do you know how quiet that Vegas guy got too? Supposedly people getting $800 million. So he shot 650, 610, 650, I think, somewhere around. Killed 58, 650 people got shot or injured.
Wow.
And they gave him $800 million. It's Vegas. $800 million, that's all they're going to get? Because he spread that out, so it's $1 million too. After the lawyers take their fee, it's what, $600,000? $700,000 after taxes? You got boned that hard? I just don't quite understand. I guess you don't want to sue Vegas. Yeah, so I lost, so you guys had.
We'll take you to the back.
Yeah. Tell you what, let's go around the side, have a little discussion about how we're gonna settle this.
Yeah.
Well, even what's her name? Lisa Ling is doing those stories on Sunday nights.
Yep.
And she did not SSRIs last night, but what are they called? Like Valium, Klonopin, all of those. I can't think of the
The anti-anxiety.
Yeah, but
like
it's
Xanax.
there's a specific drug name for what it is. But anyway, she has people on there saying that they started having anxiety just out of the blue. They got put on those, and not for breakthrough anxiety, but taking them every day, all day, to keep anxiety away. This woman was saying 2 years in, it came back, and it came raging back, and she was on Klonopin.
So she was already on a drug.
Yes. So she went to the doctor, and they said, we need to adjust your dosage. We need to up it because you've become more tolerant. And she was like,
Wow.
I don't think I should. She had 2 kids, and she said, I think I need to get off of it. And I guess the withdrawal symptoms, once you've been on it, are so bad. And she said that they started trying to adjust her dosage and get her, she went to a different doctor, get her off of it. They put her on Valium. And she said that she started hearing very clearly in her head, go in the kitchen, get a knife, and kill yourself. End it all. She said it was running in her head constantly. And she said she was very aware that it was happening and thinking, well, yeah, you're right. That would end all of this. And that would be great. And that's a great idea. I mean, she was like talking to this voice in her head. And now she's off of them. She got a really good doctor that helped her phase off of them. But
she doesn't hear the voice anymore.
But
Wow.
They said that it changes your brain chemistry.
That's how I was going to say, chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
So maybe it's weird you brought this up because I was looking at something else and it said drugs that will help bring on schizophrenia. And it was talking about this. Like there's a certain amount that will actually make you hear voices. So maybe the point is that you should just be a human being. Guess what? It's what I said in evolution. You're supposed to have anxiety. You're supposed to worry about the rent's not going to get paid because that's how the fucking rent gets paid.
Yeah.
You're supposed to worry.
And drugs patch it. They're trying
it's
to
okay,
patch
guys.
a problem.
It's okay if you're upset. It's okay. Anxiety's okay. You're nothing weird. If you're depressed, we all get depressed. I'm in show business. You kidding me? I'm depressed a lot. She's married to me. We all get depressed.
It's not depression in show business. It's stress. It's like pre-show, and
if you have a bad show that you don't get an audition, you don't get a part. It's constant.
Your husband has to go out in traffic every day, and he for some reason just thinks that the way for him to get through traffic is to call you and give you a play-by-play as you're listening to the horn. Sorry. Oh,
this is a hypothetical. It's a hypothetical, right?
I thought he only did that to me.
Never.
Or hypothetical.
Oh, does he?
I'm just kidding.
I mean, yeah.
You know what she doesn't understand is that like I listen to her in the car, and so she's like, "Yes,
this is going to be really cute."
I'm going to the store, and I'm like, "Wow, are you going to go, dude?"
Yeah,
like, you're not as
it's
sweary.
Exactly the same.
You're not as sweary as me, but I would definitely
next week on the Titus podcast, we're going to call 10 people without prepping them at all. And just
no, we're not.
See if it's we're gonna do
let's
that.
do it.
I'm pretty confident in this one. I'm feeling good.
Obama drives weird in traffic too.
I'm feeling good.
Obama does it.
All right.
Remember when Obama used to get mad at road rage? Yeah. So Obama did it.
I don't really see Obama having road rage, but I do see Joe Biden having road rage. To be honest, I do see that.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of anxiety, we've had a whirlwind birthday week. It hasn't stopped.
So I've never been so happy my birthday was over in my life.
You were unhappy when it started.
No,
you're a grumpy sourpuss Ken Titus cast off birthday guy.
Humbug.
Total.
No,
he is a hot mess.
We had fun. We went. Okay, so what do we do for our birthday?
Oh, but then I get him out, and then Grandpa has a good time. We. Tuesday night, let's see, our birthdays are 2 days apart. Tuesday night, I surprised you with your kids.
We went to dinner at Mercado, great restaurant here in LA.
We had margaritas, and then we went and go-kart.
My estranged children showed up, and they were awesome.
They were awesome.
They brought us gifts. They've never spent their own money on gifts. They bought us gifts, and I'm like,
oh, wow.
And she's like, what do they want? I know.
They were awesome. And then on my birthday, we went to Joffrey's, which is where we had our first date.
Joffrey's on Malibu, one of the
nicest
restaurants in the world. Have you been there? You've been there.
I've
It's
been there.
awesome.
Yeah.
They know us when we come in because every holiday, our wedding, everything, we go there. Mom went with us a lot.
Our lovely waitress Dee Dee was awesome.
She was badass. So then on Friday, our friends Barb that owns Flappers and Zach, we went
Universal.
to a North Hollywood family Mexican restaurant, like gangsters, and shut
was
it down.
awesome.
They actually started turning the lights out because he and Zach, when they start talking, nobody's leaving.
Where was this
They
at?
also
Casa
get
Vega? Or-
No,
Fred's Tacos, Fred's.
Ernie's.
Oh, Ernie's.
They start
Right up
filling
the
my
street.
glass. Listen, I've never had the endless glass of wine pour before, but I mean, they wouldn't. If you guys you want to drink some wine, go to Ernie's. And they would not pour wine. They poured I have never had a mug of wine. Is
So
what I'm
we
saying.
showed
I
up,
love it.
and Barb had presents on the table and balloons on our chairs, and she had a margaritas this big waiting for both of us. Endless margaritas.
Wait, they have endless margaritas?
No, Barb
from
kept
her.
getting it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and
I
then
love that. That's what stopped.
she gave us.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
One of our gifts for each of us was $500 off our funeral plot at Forest Lawn. So that was
we each have a
thing.
$500 coupon. So I'm actually looking up.
That would make me sad.
I'm looking. Oh no, it's one of those asshole buddy
Yeah,
jokes.
yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
you're old.
yeah.
It made us nervous. She is going
I should
to
have
be.
told her. I'm stage 4. I just found out. Thank
Shut
you.
up! Oh my gosh.
That'd have been awesome.
She's going to be cremated.
Just
She
kept
was
it.
like, I'm going to be in a niche and I want you guys to be next to me. I'm going to be overlooking Michael Jackson. And who was the other one?
I don't know. Marilyn Monroe.
Betsy.
Ross.
No.
Betsy Ross.
Betsy. I'm telling Betsy.
This
I
is
know.
Barb did this? Or
Yes.
Betsy DeVos.
You got to get her a donation card from the Human
Betsy.
Fund.
Betty.
Betty
Betty?
Ford.
Betty?
Betty White.
Betty
No,
White.
she's not
Betty
dead.
White.
Not yet, but TikTok.
She's 95, right?
Hey, somebody cut that and replay it when Betty White dies.
I'm done.
She's not gonna
I'm out of
die.
Show business.
I know, because she's so beloved.
She's amazing.
I'm sorry, Jimmy
By
Carter.
the way, she would laugh at that. Betty
Yeah.
White, if I've been watching her since I was a little kid, is one of the funniest people.
So cool.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Jimmy Carter
And natural.
fell today at 95, has a black eye, got up and went and built homes for Habitats for Humanity.
He's got a shiner too. Jimmy Carter, his face is busted up. It looks like he got jumped into the crypts. That's what it
Damn.
looks like. And he's out there. He's building houses for
That's
the
great.
homeless. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
And then on Saturday, we went back to Mercado, had more margaritas, a lot of margaritas this week. And then we went to Universal Halloween Horror Night,
Awesome.
which was one of the most fun nights I've had, I think, since fourth grade.
You had 4 margaritas.
Five.
though. 5 margaritas.
Wow.
Back to back.
Because I wouldn't drink the one she got me. I was like, I don't want this.
Yeah, don't act like it's because you were being responsible. It's because you ordered a 5th drink of wine.
No, I did
So-
not. I had 2 margaritas and 2 wine.
Wait, did you guys go on
How many
rides?
can I get for this one?
Hey, how many this
I had
many?
5.
I want this many.
No, it's different houses, right? So they had
Yeah.
a Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
So we
which I
took-
was in that movie.
So we took all of our friends and we took one of them was Zach.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty awesome. I had
That's
reached
great.
that euphoria place where I just walked around and it was dark and there's scary people,
Leaping
jumping
out at you.
You got a
And
little buzz.
I laughed hysterically at everything. I didn't think any of it was scary. I was hysterically laughing.
Wait, were the
and
guys
just
running
looking
around with chainsaws? Those
Yes.
guys.
Yeah.
Real
You know.
chain, like
Yeah.
sound, yeah. And all of our
I got
friends,
scared there was a couple times.
You get close.
But it's the same thing where like sometimes it was Universal monster like stuff coming at you and it would come out of a hole in a
Yeah.
wall and I mean,
a black wall with nothing
some
on
of it's
it. And
pretty
then all
like
of a sudden,
Yeah.
Some of it was
Yeah.
you did. We saw
I had
you get
3.
scared.
I was
Yeah.
like, that one guy went. I went, nah. I did that thing. It looked like I looked like someone tased me for a second.
Yeah.
He leaped down. I went,
Stranger Things was a really cool one.
Stranger
That's
Things.
okay. They didn't
That
have that
one was
last
killer.
year. really?
Ghostbusters was good. Ghostbusters.
They have The Shining
got
this
you,
year?
right? The green thing, the blob that jumped out of the wall.
yeah, because it was dead.
The
They
Shining
didn't have The Shining.
this year?
They have
Mm.
Walking Dead. But anyway, our one friend Janine, you have to go through this dark tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
And it's actors. It's Universal. It's good makeup and loud
Yeah.
chainsaws. And this one guy, I looked at him and I went.
No.
And so he started walking behind her in the dark. So he was this far behind her, and
She
she
didn't know.
didn't know for the whole way through. And so when I guess she felt something. I don't know.
Well, she turned around to say something to us because we were behind her, and the guy was right here, and she said,
She went, no!
Not you. Not
And
today.
then our buddy CJ, we laughed so hard. And then our buddy CJ, who's like a big dude, he's like 6 or something.
Chris
At one
Johnson.
point, we were in one of the houses and he just reset like babies do or dogs at the vet.
They shut down?
His knees just gave out and he just went,
Something came out and he went, yeah, he had to kind of,
which everyone knows was my birthday present. It wasn't going to Universal. It was watching all of my friends completely melt down. It was amazing, wasn't it?
it was okay.
Can I ask a question?
I thought it was amazing.
It was,
Wait, what? You didn't like it?
No, I did
the
like it.
experience. I'm not saying the houses. I'm not saying
Yeah,
judge.
the overall experience
Oh,
with your friends
okay.
was awesome.
He was
By the
like,
way-
well, it could have been better. It was all the same. I'm talking about the experience. We were like little kids. We were committing crimes every time because we had a ticket snafu. And who better than to commit larceny than Zach Ward
Oh my gosh.
and him aiding
Together,
and
yeah.
abetting. So we every time we walked up to a house, we had 6 express passes and 1
There you go.
regular.
So skip
so
the
we didn't
line
have to
or-
wait in line. The lines were hour and a half long.
Yeah.
So we would walk up. The first line,
The
how it
express, we paid for
started,
it.
we bargained, and the guy agreed to let, and it took forever. So the
Wait, you
next
bargained
line,
for that express
I told the guy,
pass?
please just let him go in with us. Please, no, I can't. And finally, I was like, well, what do you want me to do? It's my birthday. And he was like, all right. But then it just took forever. So the next ride, I gave the old hidey ho with my eyes, and then Zach just takes off around the person. Well, when the person starts going, hold on, he starts charming them. So, how you doing tonight? It's been a tough night. Tired of being
that's
on your
great.
feet. And then I would fan out all the tickets so they would get confused. So we did that 8 times.
Yeah, we did every time. Here's the
No
thing.
problem.
I have a problem with, I want it to be right. Like if we go, I've been blessed enough at times so I can go ahead and get and even if it's too expensive, I don't want to, I'm not going to stand in a roller coaster line or any line for 2 hours.
Yeah, for
I don't
2
care.
hours.
With the
I would
unclean.
I would give some blood. Have them take 4 pints.
Yes, these people probably ride in coach.
No, give me I'll give 4 pints of blood, $50 a piece, so I can get the big ticket, so I can get the express line ticket. I don't care. If I was poor,
Yeah.
I'd still do it.
Yeah. How much are the
except
express
they
tickets?
can't.
How much are
Real
those?
nice.
No, they could.
I used to get them for
That's
free.
a valid point. So I'm
Yeah.
a dick. So the point is this. But I don't like that's why I want it to just be right. If it's you're already going past a room full of people that are going, that guy's a dick. Why are they walking by? I want to get through it quickly. I want to get my humiliation and how bad
Not
I feel.
me. I was like, woo.
Yeah,
Slow it down.
she had a cape on. It was crazy. And so we get up to the line, and it was a long discussion with her and I and this one guy because we had 6 tickets and we needed 7.
I covered that. Yeah.
Right. You didn't say that. You said I had a bunch.
No, I said I had 6 express, 1 regular.
Got it.
You tuned me out.
So what happened was, Zach and I started working the sync. So Zach would come by, and he'd go, yeah, they got him behind me. And they go, oh, and then I go, no, he's with us. What are you guys doing, man? Is it weird being all these crazy people? And they would instantly go, oh man, you won't believe it. Some of the scare actors got punched. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Tell me that story.
Yeah, because
Some
people
got
do that.
punched,
Yeah,
yeah.
They
Okay, that's bullshit. That's the guy who came. You went to scare night to punch somebody.
Oh, you think someone intentionally?
Yeah, you don't
was
go
like,
to scare night. You know you're
Yeah.
going into there's gonna be monsters.
Although
people
some
defensively
of them-
get scared
yeah.
and they go, ah!
Some of them, like especially not in the houses, the ones in that tunnel, and they are in freaky makeup and masks and stuff, and it's dark and there's black lights. You go to this tunnel and it's loud electronic music playing and a strobe light as you're walking. It's long and dark and it's like bah! And it's an assault, and then out of nowhere comes this crazy creature. Like I got
Bad time once.
gotten one time
Right near the end.
It was at the
awesome.
end as we were walking out. We were done. I hadn't been scared all night. I laughed so hard that my face is sore.
Yeah.
And this one guy, right as I come around the corner, I go, oh, and because I see something, and then I panic because he's on stilts, and you expect to come face to face with something, and then I'd laugh.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. He was above me, and
was
he
12
got
feet
me.
high.
Yeah,
Dang.
he got me.
And it was like a tree or something, and it was and he stepped, and she went, ah! It was awesome. Everything shot out. It was crazy.
It was good.
But you don't get these people that they go punch people. Like, come on, you knew you were going to this. You knew you were going to get scared.
Yeah.
You didn't. You tone that down a little bit. You just wanted to punch somebody. Oh, and there was the other exhibit
I
was
don't
the
know.
in that strobe light thing. There was all these strobe lights and loud music and it's craziness. And there was what I thought was like a Walking Dead thing. It turns out it was people having seizures had just piled up in a corner.
I think about Greg Grunberg every time we are encountered by a
Well,
strobe
yeah.
light or something
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
me too.
I think how uncool that is. I used to
But
think,
now we know how to fix it. I thought the same thing walking through. I thought, wow, this could actually set some people off.
yeah, for
And I'm
sure.
ready because of Greg Grunberg to actually
Yeah.
stop it.
Except I doubt people with epilepsy would go to that because they would expect that. maybe. But anyway, if you're not bah humbug,
If I had epilepsy, I'd be a rebel.
and
I'd be
you
like,
just
I'm
want to have a
going.
good time, the whole key of it is we were 5 years old. You
Drink
can't
5 margaritas.
Right. That's it. But 5-year-olds should not drink margaritas. That's not what I'm saying. If you pound them in quick succession and then go straight to Universal, I was at one point, they were in front talking, my other friends were behind, and I was sort of in this no man's land by myself, and I realized I was like this. I was looking at all the house. I was so happy. I was so happy.
The cool thing about it, we got to walk the back lot of Universal, and you get to see all stuff, and it's amazing. Some of the stuff they built. I've been there before, but to see it at night lit up, it was like, oh, you get like you could start recognizing buildings. Oh, that's
And that scene,
yeah. Hold on, yeah, it's pretty cool.
They still have that airplane right out there.
Yeah,
the
the airplane,
seats.
Yeah. Our old house used to look down on that. Yeah, it was awesome.
What
So
are express
go
tickets
if you
like? Are they
can.
completely insane?
You walked. Oh, price wise.
Price wise, you don't have to mention it. But
Well, I mean, it's public knowledge. You could go
oh,
online.
okay, cool.
They're
Today brought to you by
$230 for a Saturday.
$230 for a Saturday.
But that was this week. I'm betting it gets more expensive the closer to Halloween, maybe.
And then what about on a weekday? Probably less.
Probably less.
I
Yeah.
think like $190 or something.
But
like
on the
that.
weekdays, the line's probably not going to be that long.
No, but I'm telling you,
Saturday.
I kept looking
Yeah.
at the wait times, and almost all of them were 90 to 120 minutes. So you're waiting to go into. It's not a ride. That would be worth
Yeah.
it. A haunted house that you walk through in about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're done. It's
Yeah.
like there.
It's
it
more
was
than
so worth
Disneyland.
it. It was it was so worth it though, because
Some of the
we
makeup was
walked
awesome.
by
Really?
everyone and walked right in every time. We didn't
Oh,
wait
yeah,
at
yeah.
all.
Yeah, I did that one year. We got like passes they gave us. You wore around your neck like lanyards.
Yeah.
Yeah, they quit doing
My
the
theory
landings.
about this:
Yeah.
if you're going to spend a bunch of money anyway to go to an amusement park or an event like this, you know what?
Yeah.
Years ago, I was like, I'm just going to spend the money, and I'll go back to work next week and I'll make some more money. But
Yeah.
if you're going to live life, for God's sakes, live life.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy the big ticket. Don't buy too many of them, because then you're just going to make the line as long as everybody else's line, and they're just going to make more money. So just 5 of you buy the good ticket. I can stand behind 5 people.
Do a GoFundMe.
Yeah, exactly.
It can just be I want to enjoy life. GoFundMe. I
Yeah,
would
you-
give to that GoFundMe.
Yep.
Those other ones are depressing.
Well, who do we have this week?
This episode brought to you by who do you think?
Me.
Is it, Harry's. Harry's number 1.
You're both right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, boom.
Meat and Harry's?
Harry meat.
No,
And-
I thought you said me.
No.
Okay, first of all, brought to you by Harry's. Do you want to talk about Harry's? Because you're using an awful lot of their products
I will
right
say
now.
this. Feel that. That's
Oh, you shaved it.
yeah. It's all gone. I have my scruffles.
You know
gone.
what? I did this yesterday. Just a little bit in the neck.
Perfect.
Wow.
Nice.
See,
Here's what. But feel how smooth that is. I've never.
I know, that's crazy.
It go both ways. The thing is, it's the both ways. You got to go the both ways, because Harry's razors, 5 blades, German factory. It cuts it closer to anybody. We have actually totally got all of our military family to use it. We are not kidding, people. Go to harrys.com/Titus to get your deal. And that deal this time includes
They are going to, they're going to do their,
Crix Mix.
yes.
The what?
They
Crix-
always
their Crix
do
Mix.
a Crix Mix
Merry
box,
Crix Mix.
and it's a limited edition. It's a badass set to give to people.
The display is always awesome.
It's really nice.
I'm still on my first razor.
I know.
Still, it's
And-
been like what? When did you guys give me that? Like 2 months ago?
Yeah,
3 months.
But I'm
at
on the
least.
first blade out of 3 that it came with.
Are you still using
Yeah,
it?
the first one. Yeah, and I do use it because I do the neck and I do the sides. You know,
Starting to pull?
No,
about
it
3
doesn't
months.
pull.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
No
so
pulling.
we had somebody come to our show last week and said that they finally bought it, and they were like, "Yeah, I just thought you guys were just saying that because you want to."
No, it's great.
We don't have to say that. It's not part of the ad. It's not even. I'm looking at the top. It's not on there. But the guy said, "I'm still using the same blade. I can't
Yeah.
believe it. I don't have to buy them. It's insane."
Yeah.
Well, you get 3. Eventually, they
get
they
both.
start pulling, but it takes a long
Long
time. I've
time.
never had a blade that lasted as long as Harry's.
and said that it doesn't cut you when it's brand new sharp. That was the other
Right.
review from the
I don't
guy in
even use
Alabama.
the shaving cream. I literally have just put water on there in a
Shaving
hurry
cream's awesome.
and just
Yeah, they're
did
good
it because they're
to-
so smooth. You can just
So
spare
what do
Go
they
skin.
get if
get the
they go?
body wash too. Get it for your guy,
I
ladies,
use
because
the
it
body
smells so
wash.
good. When I'm coming down the stairs,
smell
I can
myself
smell
now.
it. You always smelled yourself. So anyway, right now you can get the whole trial set that PZ got. All you have to do is go to harrys.com/Titus. You get the handle, which is weighted and ergonomic. You get the 5-blade razor. You get lathering shave gel it has aloe in it. And you get the travel blade cover, which I love. All you have to do is go to harrys.com/Titus to start shaving better today.
Boom.
Love Harry's. This episode also brought to you by MeUndies.
Is it? Oh, wait a minute. Do you like MeUndies? Because I like MeUndies.
Mean undies or meat?
I love MeUndies.
And not meat undies.
They're not mean or meat.
Well, in a way they are.
Yeah, they're mean. I like MeUndies. Odell fabric fits, snuggles me boys like they need to be snuggled.
We should cut up his character and see how many parts we can do of like a montage of him being like, MeUndies, 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 MeUndies.
By the way, if you guys are interested, go to Twitter. On my birthday, I woke up to a photo that had been tweeted of me in pajama shorts and no makeup and giant clown shoes that I got him. Clown shoes were for the photo shoot.
Yeah.
He said, put them on. Let me see what they look like from the side. He took a picture. He posted that on Twitter on my birthday.
She's hiding her face. No one knows it's her.
You tweeted that it was me, and it's quite obviously me. I woke up that morning with him next to me, feeling love in my heart on my birthday morning, and I opened my phone, and there I am in giant clown shoes. So I retaliated.
Oh my God, she did too.
With a photo of him, which I've talked about before. No, but it's close enough. He is in a suit jacket, a dress shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Skull socks and pineapple MeUndies boxers.
I like MeUndies, especially like me pineapple MeUndies. You like MeUndies?
It was a photo I took for myself because I thought he looked funny. I said, wait, let me take a picture of that. And so I tweeted that. So go check that out.
The difference is I am not humiliated by stuff like this. I am fine with it. I like it. I'm like, oh, rock on. Yeah, I look stupid. Yeah, that's what I get paid for. I'm good.
I mean, not exactly.
That's fun. I look good in that
picture. You
picture.
have not been happy about some photos.
I look good in that picture.
And made me delete them.
And my legs are muscly.
Oh, God.
Well, let's go the next level then.
Okay.
Nope. I'm good. I'm out. Tapping out. The threat.
I'm super excited about this. You guys know about the fabric badass. So they're putting out Halloween onesies like our Star Wars
I'm
ones.
wearing me Tyrannosaurus Rex MeUndies right now. I like MeUndies. They got dinosaurs on them.
They have extra small through 4X.
I'm a 4-year-old. I have underwear with dinosaurs on them.
They're gonna have
I know.
today. No, do you want to show? Can you show the top of them?
Oh my God!
MeUndies sent these to us.
Really?
I know he's wearing them because I saw him put them on today.
You're in a locker room changing, and someone's like, "What the fuck?"
I told him those are they're like his ruse. He's wearing ruse.
That's what I said. I put them on this morning. I go, well, my Superman ones are dirty.
Okay, so there's your recommendation right there. He's wearing them. Yeah. So they're going to come out with a whole bunch of Halloween patterns and prints.
Oh, that's cool.
Which you can get to put on your booty. Or they're going to have onesies, which you can wear to match your significant other, which we're definitely doing.
Yeah, we definitely. We got a Star Wars one. We have to wear.
No,
they're going to
I
send
want a
us.
Halloween one.
Me too.
That we
like
can
a Freddy
match
Krueger
with.
one.
But I have my Star Wars one to wear to the next when the next Star Wars movie come out. We're wearing the Star Wars onesie.
That's great. That's great.
You're going with us.
I want to go.
You're wearing the other one.
Isn't Greg's getting us tickets, right?
I don't know
right,
why
Greg?
Greg.
I don't know why you're laughing because you're wearing the other onesie. So,
okay.
Where do they go?
They go to MeUndies.com/Titus. You get 15% off your first order and free shipping. And they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So 15% off your first order, free shipping. Go to MeUndies.com/Titus.
You're definitely going to like MeUndies.
Pretty sure they still have those dinosaur ones that he's wearing right now.
And now, from sea to shining sea, continent to continent, and sometimes space, it's Bombshell Ray bringing you the Bombshell News. The dog just made up. The dog thinks he's a pig. So Chaplin and Groucho are in the podcast studio with us, and he's got a shallow trachea. Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. So Chaplin, who's the oldest dog, has got a shallow trachea. So let me give you a quick impression of when I sleep. This is what I wake up to 5 or 6 times a night.
Rachel.
Yeah, I thought it was her at first, and then and it's this little tiny dog making the noises that only come out of wild boars, and he's just making them all
Bless
night.
his heart. And he's on his back with his legs spread and his little paws up. He's happy. Yeah, what were we talking about?
The news.
Oh.
That you're supposed to have.
Do you know what cockfishing is? I just got.
I do. Like catfishing.
I do, but you only do it with guys, and you have to be a certain amount of drunk. Yes.
Wait, really? You know?
Cockfishing? Yeah, we did it. We were drunk. We thought it would. We didn't think it would hurt as much.
Okay, so you remember when?
Is this like docking?
When Fetus was on, we would always talk about the new dating trends and social trends and stuff like that.
Right.
So this is a new one, cockfishing. It's just like catfishing, except with dick pics.
Yeah.
I like that he's like, oh yeah, totally.
I said
time.
catfishing earlier. Is it like catfishing?
So what is that? So what is
but
it?
not-
Wait, with dick pics. So the girls, you send girls because no girls like dick pics, right?
This is but this has been going on for a long time.
What do you send? Fake dick pics?
Photo editing, someone else's, or the use of a special lens. People are saying that the iPhone 11 allows users to exaggerate the size of things because it has wide-angle lenses. So it's gotten worse. It's become
That's a
bigger
fisheye
problem.
penis.
Yeah.
Of course, aren't they all fisheye penises?
By the way, if we're not dating yet and you send me a picture of your penis, I'm calling the police. So.
Yeah, what I don't quite like.
That's crazy.
Am I?
No one. Yeah.
First of all, that men think that's going to seal the deal. A big, weird, piecey, fleshy thing that hangs off your body that all women think are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don't send that.
Yeah.
You know? Unless it's wearing high heels. Then
And
they'd be
girls
like,
that
those are nice.
girls that ask for dick pics, it's such a thing. Do it to fuck with the guy. You know what I mean? So
They're
when
not- they don't wanna see
They're
him
trying
really,
to
right?
fuck with him. You know, when they're like, when they're like, send a dick pic, and then the guy sends one, they're like, oh my god, of course they're going to show their friends. You know?
And they put it on their Facebook.
Yeah, probably not.
Look what Phil sent me.
Mom.
Yeah, I don't want.
Is there women? I mean, honestly,
no.
is there any women that like that? That think
I
it's a
would
good
say
thing?
that would be a control thing. That if you got
Yeah.
that picture, now I have control of you.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
See, back in my day when we were dating, you'd have to get the film developed, so you were always thinking twice about.
Who's gonna see this?
Do you remember?
I don't want Ardia to look
At Walmart.
Yeah. Got your pictures. What the hell have you been up to? I called your mom.
That's a baby's arm. That's an arm.
I'm kidding. I had.
Yeah, why'd you put the ruler next to it there?
Yeah.
Huh?
Is there a baby hand, mannequin
can
hand
picture
next to it?
Women like saying that maybe on social media dating. We're like, yeah, send me a dick pic and make sure there's a put something
When we were
there for
dating, you did
perspective.
send me a lot of
Quarter.
naked pictures, not one, but
I
a
was
lot.
more of abs,
And I
wasn't
did
naked.
show them to my girlfriend.
You
I
sent
also have
abs?
naked pictures of her.
I deleted them.
No, you
Cool.
didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No,
Yes,
you didn't. No,
I did. I will sue you. I will.
Titus is-
Okay, she's deleted them.
Oh my gosh.
So he doesn't get humiliated by pictures, and you have these pictures.
I don't get humiliated by pictures.
Then we're good.
And by the way, me naked, definitely not getting humiliated.
There we
by
go.
those.
There we go.
I actually just thought that. I thought he's not going to be embarrassed of that.
He's excited. Yeah, he's excited.
He's going to be. We went.
Titus get a new TV show. Why? Don't ask.
One of
Don't
our
ask.
friends got really wasted at one of our celebrations this week and just announced to the whole table
Oh no.
that
Oh.
her boyfriend has a she kept going, little tiny penis.
What?
Big
giant
balls.
She kept saying it, and we're dinner. She keeps saying it, and we're laughing so hard.
But was he there?
No, no, that would be bad.
I mean, we know. who
She
he
kept
is.
saying. She kept
Dear
saying
God.
it, and then she said something about butt sex was easier because
No, don't even say.
Penis
Don't
is-
say.
Wow.
Don't even. We don't need to go there.
We should start drinking on the podcast to
Big
justify
giant
this.
balls.
That's what she kept doing.
We were like, stop! You got to stop doing that.
At one point, the waiter came over who looked exactly like tiny Mexican Wolverine. No joke. Even sharp teeth and
Hey,
everything.
dude, this you hit
Yeah,
shaved.
the sideburns?
This
He
dude was
shaved it. Yes.
perfect. It was
Oh, that's good.
Wolverine, except he was this tall.
He's actually a Wolverine
and bald.
size.
Yeah,
Like, you know?
And he had it was awesome. And he came over trying to get an order, and she continued with little tiny penis,
Big giant balls.
Oh my God.
Like,
Stop.
that's the person we should have on the podcast drunk.
That is true. She's well,
But she would have to move out of town.
that is true.
After that,
I wish you guys did a drunk podcast once a month.
Once a
I would
month.
do it
Once a
for
month.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm
once
in.
a month.
I'm in.
Maybe we'll do like a special one, maybe like on New Year's or something.
Hey, you guys
We'll
should
do it
tell
news.
us who you want on the podcast to be drunk.
Yeah.
Josh Wolf, everybody's seen him hammered. It's got to
He's
be
normally
someone that you wouldn't normally see hammered, and they can't be in AA.
This sounds like
And they have to be
idea.
in politics. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
This sounds like a bad idea.
This sounds like a great
I think this is
idea.
a great
Yeah,
idea.
this is a
All right.
great idea.
This could be our Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Let's do it. We'll do your best. We'll do a Christmas drinks. What you have for Christmas, and we'll do that episode. That's
But you
good.
really got to get drunk.
During the
like you can't.
podcast, we could play a
I like that he's like, what happened? I don't know. Philip stole our money and raped us both. I don't know. We got us drunk on the podcast, and then no, you have to get really drunk.
really drunk.
Yeah.
And leave your wallet
That's-
out.
By the way, nothing ever goes wrong when people are drunk with cameras and microphones rolling. That nothing ever goes
It's a
sideways.
producing
That's
dream.
always
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. That's
I'm
what's
in.
supposed to happen.
I'm not really do or say something
You're
I
not.
wouldn't when I drink.
Even
in
at your
person.
most, the few times I've seen you really drunk, you lock it down.
Mhm.
You got that marine.
Thanks, Dad.
You lock it.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Nothing is going wrong.
It's the my Marine dad thing. Never let them see you sweat. Don't you ever let anybody see you struggle or suffer or be vulnerable. Ever. Okay, Dad. My
You're doing
dad,
it.
I'm glad that. Yeah, you're doing it right now.
When
that it
my-
caused any psychological damage in you at all.
When my mom was dating my dad and he had just come back from Vietnam and he'd been on a hospital ship for 9 months and he was addicted to painkillers. He was, whatever. He was screwed up from Vietnam and he would drink. He drank a lot back then. And my dad's like super non-emotional now, so this is hard to imagine. But at that time, and I got confirmation from his roommate in college, his party trick was he would bite out of a shot glass, chew it, and swallow it. That was when my mom was dating.
That's
bite out of a shot
the
glass.
Marine. He would
what?
bite a
Chew the
shot
glass,
glass,
swallow
chew
it.
the glass, and swallow it.
Wait. Why? This is not good.
This is a trick.
Why?
No.
And I said
What?
to my dad about 6 years ago, I said, Dad, really? You did that? This was when he had his heart surgery. And I go, what? How do you do that? What was that like? And he goes, well, heard a lot worse coming out than going in.
What? Wait. It would cut you, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I'm just telling
Maybe
you
he only bit
facts.
safety shot glasses.
Yeah.
DOT approved shot
Plastic
glasses.
shot glasses.
I don't know. I just know that that's corroborated by several friends during that time who are now elderly people.
News.
North Carolina mom and 2 others have been arrested after they allegedly swapped a child for a car.
What kind
from
of car?
North Carolina.
By the way,
so
what kind of car is the first
Yeah,
thing that comes
yeah,
up?
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
If it's a
look-
Tesla,
It's a Prius.
I get it.
yeah, exactly. I know
Oh.
children are pretty much worthless until they get a job. And so what kind of car? Was a car worth it?
1992
Nope.
Plymouth Laser.
No.
Oh,
God,
you know what?
no.
This just makes
They
sense,
only
though.
made those for like 2 years. That was one of
I
the
don't
worst
even know what
Plymouth.
that is.
They did a Dodge, the little crappy Dodge Challengers, the Shelby ones that guy showed us the other day, and then the
Prowler.
the Laser was the other version of that. Oh, horrible little car. I'm not a big fan of kids, but I would never have traded a kid for a
Toddler.
Laser.
They ended up bringing it into the hospital with bruises. People
Oh my
suck.
What?
God.
That's
People
not
suck.
even-
Humanity.
Ready?
We've
Is,
lost our
fucked
way
up.
as humanity.
Sorry.
You don't get to
Yes.
mess with it. That's a
so
human
right below
puppy.
that, you know how they suggest stories? Florida man wanted for allegedly pouring boiling water on boy the year after being accused of putting a girl in the oven. And so I think when we're all looking at what's wrong with America, maybe we could start with Florida because
Yeah.
you don't see those news stories that often in other
Something in the
places.
water.
No. Is it the heat? Florida
drugs.
always smells
Drugs?
but Florida always smells like someone has left a wet towel in the backseat of your car with the windows rolled up for about 3 years.
Mm.
So
I hate
I don't
that.
know. What is it about Florida that makes everybody crazy? Do we have any concept? You've been down there a
Well-
lot.
Isn't it a
What
huge
I-
drug avenue
Yeah,
as far as
if it's
dealing as
coming
Cuban?
So the
from-
drugs are too fresh. They haven't been cut. They haven't been stepped on as Ohio.
Having
Ohio.
cut,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
No
By
By the time
fillers.
it hits
Yeah.
Seattle, they just make you pleasantly calm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
If there is anything.
Flour and sugar.
It's basically
Yeah.
trivia. By the time it hits
Yeah,
Seattle,
yeah, trivia.
cocaine is just trivia.
Baby powder and trivia.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Also, drugs, you know, that they're saying now that in our water supply, because so many people use drugs, SSRIs, and all kinds of anti-anxiety and stuff like that, or regular drugs, that they're peeing it out and it's in our water supply,
Which is going back to the ocean, which is going to
It's
get to the
affecting
fishes.
climate change.
which we're drinking.
Everything.
I know.
They said in the sewers of England too. They can detect like levels of
Yeah.
the SSRIs and the antidepressants. It's crazy. We're just gonna fuck ourselves out of existence. You know that, right? Between climate change, these drugs, shootings.
I know, but just like the Donner
burning
Party.
the forest. Yeah.
You know how you had to eat the week first?
Yeah, I know,
I'm saying Florida first. Florida's going
Yeah.
first because they're accelerating it, right?
Yeah, Florida's the canary in the coal mine for the whole thing. We are gonna listen. We are all gonna be Florida one day.
Yes. Yeah, it's coming. It's,
Yeah.
I don't
it's
know.
slowly spreading across.
Florida's
You can definitely see shades of Florida in, Alabama, Mississippi,
yep.
South Carolina. Like it's
Georgia.
just slow. It's seeping into the water supply. And, luckily California, we're far enough away for now.
It's gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
Like to say that we like Florida
Not
if we have a show coming up.
Right. Speaking of that, we have shows coming up.
in Florida.
We do. And
No.
by the way, you guys can go to Love Honey, get a sex toy advent calendar for a kinky countdown to Christmas. So
What?
I just want to put that out there.
We're not. This is not a sponsor. What just happened?
Well, this was a news story I had.
Kinky. Read it.
Yeah, instead of having the little windows with chocolates, doors hiding cartoon pictures of, you're not going to get that. The robins on snow-laden branches are replaced with sex toys, bondage gear, and other erotic treats. You have 24 doors to open. Love Honey promises a sequence of gifts choreographed to build up erotic tension for a mind-blowing finale just
So it's a
before
Christmas advent
Day.
calendar like Jesus had.
It's really just like Jesus would have wanted, I think. Which I think is really on everyone's minds these days as they close homeless shelters and
They can hear your
bake
eye.
children. It's his whispering eye. Whispering eye.
Hey, 2000. Hey, real quick, 2033, SpaceX lands on Mars.
Did they call it today?
That's what was on their news online.
Wow.
on
They're
their, yeah.
gonna. Wow.
That's the first
So
actual.
33.
yeah.
I'm gonna be. Wow. I'm gonna. Be
Also,
nervous.
a
Oh,
hacker. Did you guys see that
sucks.
hacker that got the billboard in Michigan and played porn for 20 minutes on a major highway?
That's pretty cool, actually.
I'm sorry.
There was another hacker.
wait.
Road signs, and it said impeach Trump. Did you see that
Yes.
one?
Wait a minute. Someone
See-
actually hacked into a digital billboard.
See? One hacker using their ability for good. One hacker from Florida. Yes.
They couldn't
played
remote
porn for
hack that,
20
though. They had to be
minutes.
close for that, right?
I don't
Probably.
He just let the billboard show porn for 20 minutes.
On the I-75, yeah. Near
Hacker or
Detroit.
ex-employee?
Same. Wow.
So there you go.
No accidents, anything?
They haven't said that.
It's funny.
but
Porn is so prevalent now. The
People
are just like,
posted
eh.
video.
Yeah, everyone's like,
Oh, I guess some new law got passed. It's okay now.
Yeah. No, people called in.
First pot in Denver, and now you get porn on the highway.
people called in. They're like, this isn't the good stuff. No, it's
Yeah.
joking.
What the hell is this? Quality is crap. 720 DPI. Are you
What's
kidding
going
me?
on? Give me
This
the
is
good
not
stuff.
HD.
4K. I don't want to see it.
Okay, so where are we going to be? Not Florida. We are going on the 11th, Friday, Chico El Rey. Is that tonight? Yes. Tomorrow, Fresno, Tower Theater. Sunday, Livermore, Bankhead Theater. And then coming up the next weekend, South Point Casino in Vegas. The very next weekend, San Jose Improv.
Guys, we're going to be doing all new material. Bombshell's getting ready for her special. If you want to come see Bombshell film her special on February 1st, please go to your website. Where? That was not a good response.
It is the link is on Instagram. Go Ray Bradley Instagram. My website's still being built.
So you can get tickets to it because, by the way,
Maybe.
we got 2 shows to film. We're filming February 1st. Get there first. It's gonna sell out. You want to get there. You want to see this girl do her premiere show. We're excited. I'm excited.
I'm
Good.
so excited.
This weekend, by the way, all new material. Stories I shouldn't tell. We did the Southern tour. We did Alabama.
We did?
We did Alabama. Then we did Birmingham. And I got, out of 4 shows, I got 3 standing ovations.
Alabama is also Birmingham.
Yeah. That one show sucked. Stupid. They were from Florida.
What show?
No, I didn't.
They were all good.
No, they're all good. They shouldn't stand up. I didn't get a standing ovation. By the way, once you set the bar, wait till you start getting them. You had it. You had it in Austin. You got it in Austin. Then the next show, weren't you like, they just applauded and you were like, yeah, exactly. No, you guys suck. Good night.
Good night.
Now Christopher Titus. Yeah, I hope you stand up for him, losers.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
All right. Do me a favor, guys. Go to ChristopherTitus.com if you want to get any DVDs. Please go to Amazon Prime. Watch Amerigeddon, my newest special, and Special Unit, the movie we did. Also, If you go to Christopher Titus TV and subscribe,
Yes.
there are two free comedy specials because I've done 8. I'm on my 9th. So there's 2 free ones, all 90 minutes available. If you subscribe, you got to subscribe. And thanks for listening. I appreciate it. You want to say anything today or anything good?
You covered it all.
All right.
Yeah, subscribe.
Also go to combustionspeedware.com if you want to get peasy. That is a piston on the back. It says if you don't know what's on the front, you need to slap your dad. You can order those. Also, if you look over here, this is Chaplain Ball. Cosby?
Ballin'.
Oh, sorry, Pryor. We changed his name. After yeah, he was like, Dad, I don't want to be named after Cosby. He's rapey.
Chaplain Ball Pryor.
Yay.
Yeah, so come see us.
Come see us this weekend.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Myself, Bombshell Ray, and the lovely PZE. Later.
Peace out.
Oh, shit.
That's good, man. You're holding. You want to say anything, buddy? Go ahead. Dad, I got to go.
Say something.
Dad, I got to pee on something.
Chicken.
Give it.
Everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Please subscribe on YouTube. You'll get it every week, plus the Armageddon update. Also, go to ChristopherTitus.com for any of the specials you want to see. And thanks again, guys. We'll see you next week.